video topic requests, or if you just want to let me know you rock with me, send a donation to the Cash App or one of these other places, you feel me? Much appreciated. And follow me on social media. What's up, y'all? It's Nate Almighty, aka the Global Dark Skin Ambassador. And I have a list here. I want to educate the people and delve into this slashing thing. The act of taking some sort of shiv or a razor blade or, you know what I mean, a sharp object and slicing somebody's face, which is the preferred area of slashing, or other body parts. And I want to talk about the history of slashing in New York City, and why it's so frequent, and basically why it's so prevalent in New York City and Rikers Island. Okay, so I got a list of a couple things, and I just want to get into it. Okay, this story is gonna be a little bit gory. I'm gonna talk about real life situations that I know of or have experienced, and I'm gonna speak on, like I said, overall, why are these slashings going down so much and why is it so frequent. Okay, so to start it off, it's a culture, you know. I mean, at this point, you know what I'm saying, 2021, New York City, slashings and cuttings, you know what I'm saying, they are pretty much just weaved into the culture of the New York City streets. You know, there is no street element where slashing along with stabbings are not involved. You know what I'm saying? I would assume that it's probably more actual slashings than stabbings. Why? Because when you stab somebody, it's usually below the neck, usually, right? Something that can easily be covered up. But when we're talking about beef, which is why these slashings are so prevalent, is because of beef. And that's, you don't necessarily want to kill your enemy because you don't want to go to jail, right? But you want your enemy to have a memory every day when they look in the mirror of the beef they chose to involve themselves in and what happens when you fuck with certain people. So my first point is, slashings were made famous by the Bloods in the 90s, okay? By the Bloods in the 90s, those of us who watch, you know what I'm saying, like American Gangster and Gangland and all them other, you know what I'm saying, documentaries, then you are familiar with a guy that goes by the name of OG Mac, who some say, because I'm not a Blood Gang member, I don't know none of these things specifically. I'm only going off of media and documentaries and stuff. But the documentaries that I've seen on the history of the Bloods in New York say that, you know what I'm saying, a guy by the name of OG Mac went to the West, and then he came back with the Blood ideology, and he helped make it popular by establishing a couple different sets. Sets like Nine Trey and G-Shine and Sex Money Murder. Now, if I'm wrong, my apologies. I'm not trying to disrespect nobody that's in a gang, you feel me? I definitely am not one who's trying to get caught up in you know what I'm saying, the riffraff of it all, you feel me? But like I said, it was started in the 90s as far as the slashings. From all the research I've done, it started in the 90s, popularized by the Bloods, but it is a tool used by every gang in New York City, but it's probably the most used by the Bloods and the Crips, you know. It is used to retaliate or initiate beef. So it's like, say you're a Blood member or a Crip member, and let's say your rivals, they caught you slipping one day. Maybe they robbed you, maybe they beat you up, right? Kicked your ass, right? Spanked your boots off your feet, right? Let's say you're looking for them, you run into one of them, you don't have a gun on you, but you have a razor blade or something of the sort. So what you're going to do is you're going to run down on your enemy, right? And you got to try to do it quickly. You're going to slash your enemy in the face. So now your enemy is walking around with a wound that shows that he was beefing with a certain group of people, and that group of people violated him, slashed him. So every day he wake up, he understands that this is the price of beefing with this person or this group of people. You understand? Like I said, to retaliate or to initiate beef. My next point about the slashings is it was used as a form of gang initiation to this day. You know, very much used as a form of gang initiation. You know, this ain't nothing different than what the rats of all these gangs done told the police when they got locked up. So it's not like I'm dry snitching or anything. Everything I'm saying was already told to the DEA by rats of these organizations. So I don't see a reason why anyone in any of these organizations can have an issue with me talking about these things. Like I said, I am an onlooker. I look at the documentaries and things like that. Maybe speak to a couple people that I know or related to that are in these organizations, and they give me a heads up on what the situation is. You know what I'm saying? But these slashings, a lot of them are used to initiate somebody into a gang. Like me personally, I remember being 15 and I had the option of turning blood, right, and turning non-tray. And the man who would end up being my big homie, right, he told me, hey, listen, what we gonna do is I'm gonna give you a pocket knife. He said, I'm gonna give you a blade, and I'm gonna take you to this area of the Bronx. And what I need you to do is I need you to eat a Latin King food. You know what I'm saying? What he meant by eating a Latin King food was we're gonna go to the territory where Latin Kings be at, and I'm supposed to run down on the Latin King, right, and slash their face. And then from that point on, I would have been a member of the non-tray blood set. Now, while I was contemplating this, I ended up going to jail. So once I was in jail already and not a member of the Bloods, you know what I'm saying? Like, I thugged it out. It's as simple as that, you know what I'm saying? Without joining any of these organizations, without having to do that to another person, you know what I'm saying? However, after coming home from prison, I did get in a situation where I had issues with a dude that I know, and I still don't like him. And I myself took it upon myself to do said thing to this person. Luckily for me, because then who knows, like, this dude claims to be a gangster, but like he probably would have ended up telling on me if I really like violated him. You know what I'm saying? Rikers Island style. But you know, I gave the nigga a touch up, you feel me? Like, I gave the nigga a touch up. Do I feel bad about it? No. I don't go out looking for trouble. Only thing with me is I don't tolerate disrespect. You disrespect me one time, we can speak on it. You disrespect me twice, I'm punching you in your face. We gonna fight. You know what I'm saying? We can fight it out till nigga done fighting. Disrespect me 3 times, you haven't learned from the first 2 times I let it slide. Therefore, weapons can be involved now, you know what I'm saying? And once weapons is involved, it could be on for life, nigga, till one of us die, you feel me? Yes, I got kids. No, I'm not trying to give my sons advice from behind the plexiglass in prison doing life. But however, if I'm forced with a decision, like it's you or me, I'm picking me to win and survive, you know what I'm saying? And make it home, you know what I'm saying? And if I gotta win by going to jail to prove a point, I will definitely do that. However, I am a positive man. I am a spiritual man, but you know, it's like I'm a product of my environment. No child, no person does something that wasn't learned behavior, you know, like it's a real slippery slope. This just goes in line with the whole slashings like topic, you know what I'm saying? This is something that I wish I didn't have to do, but it's like you gotta give niggas chances. It's like, how many more chances you gonna give a nigga before you do something to him, especially after a nigga who you fought, right? And by the way, niggas a bitch. Niggas a bitch. I know you niggas is creeping on my video too, man. Suck a dick, you feel me? But anyways, moving on. Because at the end of the day, I want this to be educational. This ain't personally about my personal beef, but I'm just being transparent. I'm just being transparent because I'm going to be a big YouTuber. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to be making a lot of money off this shit. And I'm going to be more of a public figure as the months and years go by. So if you hear, you know what I'm saying, Nate Almighty done something to somebody and maybe he got to do a couple months in jail or like a year in jail or something like that, you know what I'm saying, some type of assault, you know why, you feel me? It's because it's real life. It's real life, you know what I'm saying? This shit come with it. This shit come with being a part of the streets and being amongst a bunch of niggas that think they tough. Some niggas are, some niggas is not, and dealing with egos and niggas hating on each other over bitches, all type of shit. But I'm about to end this video with a real cautionary situation, which is, I know a dude from Cortland. I'm not going to say his name, but I remember seeing him. Right before I moved to South Carolina, and he got cut up bad, like sliced up bad. And this was a nigga who, like, heavy set dude. So, you know, if he running from his enemies, it's only so fast he gonna run before he either get caught up to or he fuck around and trip trying to run too fast because he's fat, you know what I'm saying? But this dude got sliced up bad. Like, I remember seeing him, saying what up to him. Of course, I ain't mentioning it because it's obvious, but I remember he had, like, one on his forehead, two on his face, and a couple on his arm, a couple on his legs, and you know what I'm saying? Like, one on the back of his neck. And I remember thinking, like, damn, bro, like, shit, you know what I'm saying? It's like, but the moral of the story is, dealing with these slashings, you know, I bet half the dudes that ever cut somebody's face didn't even really want to do it, you know. Half these dudes are in gangs, and in order to be down with that gang, that's what you had to do. Or dudes who, they get down with a gang, they paperwork not straight, and in order to not get kicked out of the whip, they got to be a crash dummy. They got to do a couple things to certain people, you know what I'm saying? That just comes with the territory, you know. But that's my opinion on the slashings and why it's so heavy and prevalent in the culture of the streets of New York City. It starts with the gangs. It's going to end with the gangs. But, you know, that's it for now. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Peace.